Hello everyone. So what we are going to discuss in today's class? Any idea? Yes. As we had discussed in last class about EMF, about potential difference, and about internal resistance, right? And if you remember, we had also derived one relation for potential difference and electromotive force, that is EMF, that is V equals E minus IR, right? It was actually written E equals V plus IR, so from this equation we can write like this also. Fine. So now today I'll tell you about a few more profiles related to this expression, and we'll also be doing some combination of cells cases, like series combination, like parallel combination, one by one. Fine. So let me tell you one more interesting point regarding this equation, that is we can put one note with this, that is what that is, if we have if we have a cell which is on charging, if the electric cell is on charging, then what happens? Then actually you can see this, that when we draw some current from the cell, then the direction of flow of current is actually from positive to negative terminal of the cell outside the cell, right? But when we put one cell on charging, then what happens? The cell is connected to a source, and this source actually flows the current in just opposite sense, like this, right? And one more thing, students, I would like to tell you that if it is a case of ideal cell, if you talk about ideal cell, you know what is ideal cell? Ideal cell is the cell which has almost zero internal resistance. So if you talk about ideal cell, this is the case. And if you talk about real cell, then we'll have to introduce internal resistance also along with these polarities, right? And we always show, even this is the case of internal resistance. We all know that internal resistance is the internal part of the battery of the cell, but we still show it outside the cell, provided with a dotted box. This is the way of representation of real cell, students, right? And here R is not equal to 0, right? So here, as we are talking about real cell, so I must put one resistance along with it, and this must be provided with a dotted box like this. So this shows that we are having a cell with internal resistance small r. Now what is happening when you put a cell on charging? Current flows in the opposite direction, right? And this direction, opposite direction, can be treated as a negative current, right? So here the terminal potential difference which will be required, actually, suppose it is V, and definitely if potential difference across the terminals of source is V, then this is the case of simply the parallel situation, parallel combination. So here we can also say that terminal potential difference or the potential difference is V. So I can write the terminal potential difference as E plus IR. You can observe this. How did we get this V equals E plus IR? Because we are just putting E with the negative sign, I with negative sign. Yes. And why it is happening? Because we have connected this cell to the source, which is actually flowing the current in opposite sense. So that's why I will have to put minus sign, right? So we are getting this equation when it is a case of charging. So we have three cases, students. This thing should also be noted down, that V, the terminal potential difference, may be smaller than E, V may be equal to E, and also V may be greater than E. Now you have come to know about all the three cases, in which case this V becomes smaller than E. This is the case when cell is in use, right? When cell behaves as a source, then this is the case, V equals E minus IR. And V equals E is used when cell is in open circuit, right? I can say like this, open circuit. Why? Because if circuit is open, then that would simply mean that cell is neither on charging nor in use, right? So in that case, the terminal potential difference will be equal to E. And what about this condition, students? V greater than E. This condition arises when you consider cell on charging. Am I right? Is it clear to you all? So cell is on charging, right? Now we have we can draw one more thing, that V versus E graph. Let us draw V versus E graph. Suppose cell is on charging and I would like to draw V versus E graph, right students? So let me take V variable as y-axis, and I am considering I variable, I, V versus I. Here I am drawing V versus I, right? So V versus I graph, right students? When cell is in use, when cell is in use, right? So this graph appears, students, like something like this, right? Because you can see this, that when cell is in use, we have V equals E minus IR, and you have one variable, this as Y, this as X. So you are having, you can see from this equation that you are having negative slope. So from this point we can show, we can get this type of graph, right students? See why I am telling you this, because when it is about to draw V versus I graph, many students usually draw this graph, but this graph won't be correct. This is, sir, this is V directly proportional to I like thing, but student, try to understand this thing, that this happens only with the case when we follow Ohm's law. This is in accordance with Ohm's law, right? And how does it work? Let me tell you also this. Suppose we are having a resistance and a cell is already connected to it. Now the potential difference is V and the current flowing is I. So here, while studying Ohm's law, what do? We apply some, we create some potential difference across the resistance, and due to this potential difference, some current starts flowing through it. So Ohm's law says that greater is the value of this potential difference, greater will be the value of electric current flowing through it. So this is the concept of Ohm's law, right? So keep this whole thing aside. Now come back to the to this condition, cell condition. Now what is happening when we are drawing a V versus I graph is the case of cell. This is like just like we are drawing more and more current, and when you draw more current from the cell, this term becomes higher and this whole terms becomes smaller, right? So with the increase in current, potential starts decreasing, right? So this is about the case of source, this is about the source, and here it is about the load, right? So this is a little bit difference. Now remember it, if you are asked to draw this for a cell, draw this. Do not consider this graph, right? Am I clear? Perfect. Now let me tell you about one, let me explain one illustration. Suppose we are given a graph in which we are given V versus I curve. This would appear like this definitely, and suppose this value is 5 volt and this value is supposed 2 ampere. Now we are supposed to find EMF, we are supposed to find what internal resistance of the cell from this graph only. Okay students, let me tell you, this graph has already been asked in your board exam, right? So this is very important, frequently it is asked, right? So let us see the equation, because cell is in use, we know, we can see from this graph that cell is in use. So let us consider that equation again, and if you can see that at this point current is becoming 0, so that will simply mean that when current becomes 0, V becomes E. That means whatever be the value of V for I equals 0, that is 5 volt from this diagram, that would represent the value of E also. So here we are getting E as 5 volt, right students? And what about R? Small r, how would you get it? Small r. So what you will do, you will just put V equals 0. If you see here, V equals 0 makes I equals 2 ampere. So 0 equals, we have already calculated value of V, that is 5 minus I is 2 into R. So you can see that R is coming out as 5 by 2, that is 2 ohm. Right students, this is a very important profile for your board exam. Now let's talk about combination of cells. Let's talk about combination of cells, students. Now we are having two types of cell combination, just like we have two types of resistance combination, series and parallel. So same thing we are going to learn again, but this time is for cell, right, combination, right. Just a moment. This is for series combination, right, students? So see what happens when you connect two cells in series. You connect two cells in series like this. One cell is E1 and the internal resistance is R1, right? And this is how we represent any cell. Another cell is of EMF E2, let's say, and internal resistance R2, right? And this is closed in a dotted box, right, students? Now I am connecting this combination with an external resistance R. Fine, students. So let us try to find equivalent EMF of these two cells. How would you find it, equivalent EMF? See, let us suppose there is one more cell which can represent equivalent of the combination of given cells. Then the circuit diagram would appear like this, and the point is what that if it is the equivalent of this combination, then this must flow, this must draw same current as is drawn by the actual combination, right? So here suppose I current is flowing, so here same I current must be flowing, right? This is what happens in series combination. Now we want to find out how to find out how to find the equivalent EMF, right, and equivalent internal resistance. Guys, finding out equivalent resistance is quite easy task. Here you can see this is R1, this is R2, and equivalent resistance will come out as simply R1 plus R2. Right, students? This you can see from series combination of resistances. Okay, we all know that board has deleted this part, the series and parallel combination of resistance part, and we had already discussed about this, but in spite of deleting this part from our syllabus, we have to actually study. Students, try to understand this part can never be ignored, because when you ignore the series and parallel combination of resistances, then you will definitely face problems. In such cases you will definitely face problem in coming few cases also, like Wheatstone bridge, like potentiometer situations. So we'll have to make a big compromise with all those topics as well, so we can't ignore this, right? So every time we'll have to consider this combination, right? So R equivalent is what? R1 plus R2, in this case series combination. And how to find E equivalent? This is very easy, students. You can see that from this equation both the cells are supporting each other. This cell is flowing some current I, this cell is also flowing some current, and total current is I, right? So both are supporting each other, so total equivalent will become E1 plus E2, right, students? Now how would I write the total value? I would write the total current as E equivalent divided by R equivalent plus capital R. So this you will see that this is becoming E equivalent. I can write value of equivalent as I have now. The value E1 plus E2 divided by R equivalent is R1 plus R2 plus R. Right, students? Now we can formulate the same expression for a new combination in which n number of identical cells are connected. So let us consider one more case in which n number of identical cells right, and this is connected up to n cells Okay, so let us show all the cells properly. This is the symbol of real cells. Okay, students, now the combination has been connected with a resistance capital R. So let us compute equivalent EMF. Equivalent EMF will be given by E1 plus E2 plus up to n terms, and all the EMFs are equal, so we can write down directly NE, right? Are you getting this thing? Once you add E all the E n times, then you get NE, right? And in the same manner we can write R equivalent. R equivalent will be what? NR. Okay, so now current flowing will be given by any total EMF by total resistance. This is how we are supposed to write equivalent total current in the series combination of cells, right students? Now here I am going to add one more thing that is related to parallel combination. Let's talk about parallel combination. Parallel combination of cells. You will find it quite interesting than the previous case. What we will be doing in this case, we will be connecting, let's say for two different cells, I am connecting E1 R1, this is the real cell, with another cell E2 R2 in parallel combination, right students? So this is what the case of parallel combination, and this combination is corrected like the earlier case with resistance R. So let's try to find equivalent EMF. And how would you find equivalent EMF this time? Suppose here you can see there are two branches, one is this and another is this, and these two branches must be carrying different current, as these EMFs are different. So you will consider current through first branch as I1 and current through second branch as I2, and when you see the total current flowing through R, you will find it I1 plus I2, right? So I1 plus I2 is the total current flowing through resistance R. Fine students. Now what we will be doing in order to further simplify this, we will be considering another cell with EMF equivalent EMF is capital E and internal resistance R, and this is now connected with external resistance R, right students? But still there will be total current I, which will be given by I1 plus I2, right students? Suppose this equation first. Now we all know that in parallel combination, the potential difference, whatever be the value of potential difference, is remains same across each branch, right? So same potential difference will be obtained in the equivalent circuit as well. Now we all know that if cell is in use, so for first cell I can write V equals E1 minus I1 R1, right? And from this equation I can write I1 equals what? E1 minus V divided by R1. Perfect. In the same manner I can write I2 as E2 minus V by R2, right students? So this is actually, let me write it again. This is what? E2 minus V by R2, right students? Suppose this is equation number 2, this is equation number 3, and now what I am going to do, I am going to write equation for current coming out from this equivalent circuit. Okay, so again if you write for equivalent circuit, you will write current like this, I equals E minus V by small r, right students? Now this is suppose fourth equation. Now what we should do, we should put equation number value of I1 and I2 and value of I from these three equations 2, 3 and 4 in equation 1, right students? So just substitute in equation 1 all these values, you get you can write this thing also from equation 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? You will get E minus V by R equals E1 minus V1 by R1. Sorry, it is not actually V1 over here, this is V, because in parallel combination it remains same everywhere, plus E2 minus V by R2. Let's split both the sides. We will be getting minus V by R equals E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2. I can take minus V common, so I must be getting 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Now let's compare both the terms, just like the coefficient of V at the left side is 1 by R. So if I compare both the sides, you just write comparing. If you comparing both, if you compare both the sides, you can see that coefficient of V is 1 by R and 1 by R. Over here at this side, coefficient of V is 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So that is what expected in parallel combination case for resistance, right? This is how we write equivalent resistance for parallel combination, right students? Now let me tell you about EMF. So how would you write EMF? You can write by comparing. After comparing, you can write E by R equals E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2, right students? So here you will get equivalent EMF as E1 by R1 minus E2 by R2 divided by 1 by R. Now listen, I am supposed to now further substitute 1 by R in terms of R1 and R2. So the final expression for capital E, that is equivalent, will become E1. This is actually plus sign, students. E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2 divided by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, right students? So this is the final formula, and I would suggest you to you not to simplify it further, because this would be very easy to memorize the formula in this form. Because if suppose there are more than two cells connected in parallel combination, then what you would do? You would simply add, you would simply continue such type of terms in numerator as well as in denominator. In numerator write E3 by R3 plus E4 by R4. In the same manner in denominator write 1 by R3 1 by R4 and so on. So if you simplify it, then you won't be able to further write the direct formula in case of 3 cells, 4 cells, or more than 2 cells case, right? So I would suggest you to just remember this formula directly. Okay students, perfect. So now we have calculated, now we have got formula for internal resistance in parallel combination and formula for equivalent EMF. Now let's do the same thing what we did with the series combination case. Okay, suppose there are n cells, n identical cells. If there are n identical cells in parallel combination, suppose there are n identical cells parallel combination, then how would you solve it? You will see that here EMF is E and internal resistance R. Suppose for all the cases it would be, as we have already considered, that internal resistance and EMF same identical cells are there. So you will consider like this, okay student, and up to suppose n cells, you connect such circuit, you form such circuit, and then after finally this is connected across an external resistor, right students? So now let me tell you the case of equivalent. If you remember, we will be having now E by R plus E by R up to n times in numerator, and same is with denominator 1 by R, 1 by R. It will go up to n times. Okay students, so you can see that in numerator it is becoming n by R, and denominator it is becoming n by R. So after calculating this, you will get equivalent EMF, nothing as E simply. So in this case equivalent EMF will remain E. So this point is to be noted students, that in case of identical cells, if you make such type of combination, parallel combination, then the EMF will not be different. The resultant equivalent EMF you will find same, right? So that is what E. Now let's try to write equivalent resistance for this case. You will find 1 by R plus 1 by R up to what, n times. So you will write this as n by R, means R equivalent is coming out to be what we have discussed in parallel combination of resistances. It is also supposed to be the same expression, R equivalent equals R by n, right students? So this is the expression for R equivalent. Perfect. Now finally let me write the current. So you will write current as equivalent by R equivalent plus capital R, right students? And as you can see that equivalent is E only, and R equivalent is R by n plus capital R. So this would be the expression for current in this case, right? And after this we will be doing the mixed combination of cells. That is also supposed to be important, but before doing that we are supposed to study series and parallel combination. That's what we have discussed so far in today's class. right? So just check this out each and every page again, and if you face any difficulty, any doubt, this question was really important. If you face any difficulty, any problem, any doubt, you can ping me on 70142386645. I'll be there to help you guys. Okay, don't hesitate, feel free to contact me. I'll definitely appreciate you, right students? So let's talk about the next case, that is a mixed combination case. Mixed combination of identical cells. Now students, let me draw the diagram on the fresh page. Suppose I am considering there are n identical cells in a series combination like this, ER. Fine students, and here this is ER, right? And this is connected, such type of combinations are connected. Okay, time up, I know, but let us finish this first of all. You might be getting the feeling of school when you heard the ring. Okay, so here you will see that we are connecting m such parallel combinations, right? So let me connect the final branch like this. We are having n cells, right, in each branch. So ER. Fine students, and this is connected with external resistance capital R. Now what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to write equivalent in any one branch. These are n cells, you know. So let's write equivalent cell in any one branch, right? How would you write? You would write NE. We have already done this part, and NR, right? So in each branch you will see what NE, NR, right? And M such parallel combinations are there. NE, NR, right? And this is the external resistance, right students? So just you can see the, if you remember what we have just done, I told you that in case of parallel combination of identical cells, you get same EMF, right? So when you write equivalent of all these cells, you will get same EMF again, NE, but resistance will become NR by M, right? This is what happens in case of parallel combination, and still there is capital R external resistor. So now this is already simplified. Let's write the final value of current. So when you write current, that will be given by total EMF divided by total resistance, which is NR by M plus capital R, right students? Now let us solve this. After taking LCM in denominator, you will get M at the numerator side, you will get NME divided by NR plus MR, right students? So this is the final expression when you solve series parallel combination, mixed combination, right students? So that's all for today. In next class I will be telling you one interesting case, that is the power case, when power is supposed to be maximum, and this is highly important. So keep attending all the classes, and just bring one thing in your practice also, that is asking your doubts. Okay, so right now as you are getting recorded lectures, so I just suggest you to ask your doubts if you face any on my WhatsApp number, right? Okay students, so expecting your queries related to what we have discussed. Okay students, fine, thank you so much.